Above and below, if I'm sitting down, I must be on the ground. I guess I'll draw a straight line, right? It looks round because from all around, I guess I see, but I'm still sitting with my knees crossed on a straight line. My head is above with inside the fire of the arc-en-ciel, the rainbow, the horseshoe. On each side, I got big earrings on. I only wear the bottom earrings. The top earrings are wearing my head. They're wearing my head for a single earring, like I wear the bottom of the jaw. From each side, from ear to here, to each hemisphere. But understand this, that 9 times 1.5 equals to 4.5, which means halfway of 9. When you see 5, right, what it means is 4 and 1 created 5. It wasn't 6 minus 1 that created 5. It's 6 plus 1 that created 5. The 1 is inside of 5. Once the polar of 6 is inside of 5, then the polar to 5 is 6. And they're only a half away from each other. 9 to 6 is 1.5, right? 1.5 times 6 is 9. 1.5 by 9 is 4.5 to 6. I'm lost 1.5. It works out so perfect. And 1.5 is partake as expressing of the circle, the 15th letter. Or how about Ford 150? 1 and 5 is 6, the 6th letter. Or how about 1.5? 1 of and half of another. 1 of or half of another. Or 1 has half of you. 1 is half of you and 1 has half of somebody else. 1 becomes 2. You become a half. It's 2.5 and 2.5. 2.5, 2.5. The letter B, B and E, breaking and entering. 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 equals 217. All zeros equals 6. 10 equals 16. 0, 7 equals 67 equals 83. 83, which is 3 is 1 part of 1 and 1 part of 2, in which 8 is 4 parts of 2. Since 8 is 4 parts of 2, and 1 and 3, 3 is a part of 2 and a part of 3 equaling to the 3. 8 is 4 parts of 2. So all of a sudden you need 4 more times, or 3 more times to equivalent to the 8. So I need 3 more times the 3. So I need 9 in order to meet the 8. So instead of being 3, I'd be 9 and 8. 9 and 8 is the H and I. The only way to get 9 is with 4. 4 on the left, 4 on the right. You double yourself wherever you go, you make your tracks. You've been there and now you're gone. All the tracks to where you are. 135 says ace, but more or less it's the 13 and 5 ball. It's the orange ball in pool, which was made by 2 colors, yellow and red. Yellow and red is 1 and 9. 9 is still under 10. It is the polar refract of 1. 1 to 5, 5 to 9. 9 is like 1 upside down. But in this world, what happens is, see these corners over here? It's different worlds come together. Here, this one came together from here. This one came together from here. This one came together from here. This is 6 different worlds. And this is the face. And this is only one side of their world, or one half of their world. If you wanted to make this page perfect, you'd cut it in this corner and all the way to this corner. No, that wouldn't be perfect. None of this side would get any of this side, but at least this side won't lose its page in space. Page in space. If I cut off this side loses it anyways. If I cut it this way, I get 1/2 less. Anyways, let me continue on to where I was. This becomes 13.5. This is the M letter, this is the E letter, this is the A letter, this is the C, A-C-A-M-E. It says Acme. So if you want to know where Acme comes from, it comes from 159. 159 is the greatest diameter on numbers, on the face of numbers. I didn't do it. 159 is right here. 159. We're playing with more than one face, because if I unravel this, I get 6 sides, in which one of the sides will be an extra tail. This will make a perfect cross and an extra tail. Since the extra tail is there and it all has to be opened up 6, you must remove the empty tail plus another one, because 1 take away 1 is 2. So instead of having 6 sides, you'll then have 4 sides. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Yeah, so you have 135. C-O-F-O-X. Fox. The R is included. The R in which we spoke. See the R? See that number 1? There are 8 blank spaces. R is Reish. R is Reish. It means luck in Hebrew. It also says the hair of my chinny chin chin, which is a representation of the wolf, communication between the mountains and the Mother Nature. I don't know how it works, or the receding waters as I've seen on TV, but I do know that the polar between this is 3.5 to 6. 3.5 plus 2.5 and 1 plus 2.5 equals 3.5. The 3.5 in between to this is this. I would now need this to say 3. Why? Because now I need a 2 in it. The way to make 3 is this way. It takes 2 pieces. It takes this piece over here, and it takes this piece over here to make this one diagonal over here. See in between the 1 in between here and here? If you take this, I'm going to show you, see the number 1 on this? Not yet. I'm going to take this and show you. All I'm going to do is remove the center. Or you can find it the 1, you can find it, and this is what you find. This is the other side. If I would remove the center, this is what you find on one side, and this is what you find on the other side. Nothing here, and 2 here. 2, 0, 20. What does it mean? Over here I see 2 and 3 missing, and then the empty spots. Look, a void and a void and a void and a void. These are void spots. See the area over here? See the area here and the area here? Do I have another marker or something? The void spots. Will blue do? I'm going to just try and see if we can get the blue in here. And get the blue in over here. And now we've got this here. And we've got this here. Showing you what it looks like. Where was I? How was this video going? Oh my God, I lost my spot. You want to know how many Rubik's Cube goes together? Well, the first Rubik's Cube, okay, would fit in the spot right over here. Then the next one here, then here, then here. This one is surrounded by 3. This one is surrounded by 5. This one is surrounded by 7. This is an empty space over here. This will also note as an empty space, and it'll create a position of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 9. We'll have complete empty spaces, leaving a larger empty space, and all the number 1 points, which are on this corner, will end up in the center. The same way 5 is in the center of 1 and 9, the same way 1 or 9, because it'll be surrounding on both sides, and since you start at 1, you end at 9. 4 corners will end at 936 on this side, and 4 corners on 4 sides. 36, 36, 72, 36, 108. 3 sides, 3 36s. 1 going this way, 1 going this way, and 1 going that way. 1 going to you, 1 going to your left, and then 1 going down or up. 3 ways. 7, 7. Let's go. 7 is a C. 7 is a C. Look at that. 7 is a C. 7 is a C. I'm missing, see this space here and this space here? I don't have fingers on it, but I do on everything else. They're all 7s. I'm touching 28 right now. How do I connect this one? This way, I got 35 and 42 is looking at you. How about if I connect it this way? Right? I've got it all perfect. Now my hand's perfect around the cube. Right? I stick it into here. Right here. My bullhorn. Right? And don't think I'm crazy. Because if you think I'm crazy, you better go to the synagogue on the weekend. This is called the tefillin. You're putting on the tefillin pack, but I'm showing you what's inside the bag. 4 sevens around the horn, 14. All the way around equals to 14. But it's also 7 polar, and 7 polar is 14. But I like to call it 4 sides, or 2 opposite sides here and here, 14 and 14, 28, because they all share the same numbers. Over here, 35. In the front, in the back, 35. Electric company. Coming out over here, 42. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. Connecting to 6 and 8. 3 times the 2. 4 times the 2. And 3 times the 2. 3 and 4. Inside of 4 is 2 and 2 twice. 2 and 2 equals to the 5. Inside the 3 is 1, 2. And 1, 1. 3 and 4. 3 inside 4. Once you connect the 2 sides, you've got the greatest diameter, 404. Now you can connect the 202. How do you do it? 1, inside here is 3, 5, 7, 9. 3 is here, and 7 is here. 3 is here, and 7 is here, but it's also here and here. 2, 4, 6, 8 holds 7. 2, 4, 6, 8 holds 3. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 23. 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 27, and 23. 50 is the flag. 23 and 27. 23 is on the piano the letter B. 23 on the piano is also from the right to the left side. We're not going to count that because I can't think that far back. Anyways, you know Miss B from the last video. Shake me up! Shake me up! Hold on. Can't spread my legs more than my Levi jeans, otherwise I rip the sexes, right? If I take this away, I rip the sex. I put this, it's a male. I put the V, it's a female, right? Because you don't want to rip the sex. With the female, it's already ripped. Can I look at it that way? Am I being nice? Am I being mean? I never want to be mean. I'm not here to be mean. You know what I'm here to do? I'm here to reflect. Just try and see things I've never seen before. I'm just sharing you everything I've ever seen before and putting it to a secondary reality of other things that I've seen before. I've seen that before. It was number 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 1. If I took 1 3 times and threw it 3 times further than I did before, I'd only have 1 going an extra distance. So it would sort of change its reality. 1 is still going, but the extra distance is 1 and 1 on top of each other. Keep rolling over 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. Right? And you're rolling over each other 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. When you drive down the road 60 miles an hour, you're waiting. I didn't make the mile yet, did I? I didn't make the mile. How long does it take before you get 1 mile? Before you run the 1 distance? There was something that I had done the other day with the letter Z. The letter Z is the 26th letter. A and H equals to the 18th letter, plus H is 26Z, plus A again is 27, the 27th center of Rubik's Cube. 1 fits, center fits the 26. 1 and 26 equals 27. You ask why? Z-A-R. I and R is the 9th letter. I and R. H is made up from the 2 world, from B. How? Because 10 and 10 is 20. 20, 0 equals 6 equals 8. 20 is the letter T. Zerit. The letter S is the 19th letter. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4, 7. 3 times 4 is 12, 19. The K is made up from 1 and 1. From 1 as AH inside of R, where AH are in 1 letter. The whole heaven is inside of R, resident electronic angel, receiver of the light. The Y is the 27th letter. Zar, Raz. Raz, Zar. Heat, eat, zeet. I or sky. Every time you say I, you can also be saying sky. I in the eye, in the eye, in the sky, in the sky, it's the sky. I. L, the letter L. Anyways, we're not going to get into that right now, right? We're not going to get into sounds right now. I wanted to see if there was anything else. 15 Celsius, which is the letter O. 15 and 15 is 30, plus 32 is 62, minus 3 is 59. 15 Celsius creates 5 and 9. 1, 5, and 9, A, E, and I. which creates the ace or acme. I remember I forgot to say something. Inside the creation of 15, in where 2 and 3 will create 11, the 15 will create 11. Where when you come up to 5, 5, and 5, 3 worlds of 1 and 4, 1 and 4, 1 and 4, you also end up with the world of 2 and 4. Why? Because inside of 5, right, is made up of 1 and 4. So instead of 1 and 5, you now have 1 and 4. The reason for pi is because inside of 5 is 4. It's 4 and 1. Remember, always the 1. Inside of 5 is 1, 4, 1, 5. Always the 1. 9, 2, because it's two sides of 4, 1, and 4. Making up 9, 2, of in which 1 and 2 is the reverse. Double the sides. 1 and 2 becomes 2 and 3. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 2 and 3. 2 and 3 will create 6 and 5, 11. 1 and 5 will create 6 and 5, 11. 3.14159265. 6 and 5, 1 and 5 is 6, 1 and 4 to begin is 6. Now we're starting over again on the second level. It's 040506. Why? Because 3.14, 1 and 4 is 5. 1, 5, 1 and 5 is 6. 3.14, 1, 5, 29. 3.14159265. And all the realities of the numbers in between. When they go to the second level and reach 6, 5 after 9, 2, 9, 2 is 11, 6, 5 is 11, 9, 2 says yellow. Okay, made up of the 1 and 9, still under 10, transferring the 1 spirit into the 4, 1, 4, 2 times the world of 2, inside the world of 6, 6 and 8, 2 and 4, 6 and 8, 2 and 6, 4 and 8. 4 and 8, 4 and 8, 4 and 8, 4 and 8, 4 and 8 to get laid. 15 Celsius, 59, 5 and 9 is 45, and 14 is the 5 times 9 times 5 is 45, and 14 is the 1 around the cube. 1 and 4, 1, 5. When we get to 6, 5, I added up 1 and 4 and 1 and 5 because I finished off the first level. 1, 4, 1, 5, 9, 2. I made 3, 2, 2, and 2. And the next level is the equivalent of these first two. So it goes 2, 1, 2. It's like going 2, 1, 2. Then maybe it'll go 4, 1, 4. Then maybe it'll go 6, 1, 6. And then it'll reverse 2, 1, 2. Do you follow what I'm saying? After you get to a first few, the numbers before it are repeating itself because they're coming in wholeness. The 6 means actually 0, 6 because I'm taking up only one spot. So 0, 6 means, how did you get to be 0, 6? Well, look back a little bit. From 1 and 5, I became 0, 6. It took 2 numbers to make me 1. But what about 1, 2, 3? Well, 1, 2, 3 are 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. All zeros equal 6. 0, 1 equals 7. 0, 2 equals 8. 0, 3 equals 9. ABC equals GHI. They're together now. It's a group. We're grouping things together for the better understanding of the truth of the reality of what I see, because the games people play. They made a computer and a calculator and how the scissors works, and you put a top on a crayon. All these silly little things are the actualities. Look, I got a hole and I got a point. I put the point in the hole, and there's an edging to stop it. So there's space between the point, the extra space for the freedom of the protection, the cap and the point. So which part would be the U, which part would be the V? This would be the U because it's an in and an out, and this would be the V because you're an obligation to go around. Or the obligation to fill in the two sides. V is great because if you walk straight up, you only go one way. But if you walk this way in direction, you only go one way, but you're going halfway between all the other ways. And the polar to you is going back in between all the other halfways. You go left or right. You found everywhere you're going. Camelot, Sir Arthur. Springs on two sides. Why the spring? This also inside of here, when we get to 15 and 18, which is 6 times 3 and 5 times 3, 5 and 3 actually is 2 and 4. It actually, what happens, it says gold when 5 and 3 and 2 and 4 together. And what happens in 2 and 4 is 2 and 4 reflect all of 6 and 8. 6 and 8 is around the cube, right? 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. It it reflects the other side. It creates the mirror image to 11. So 1.5 is the greatest number that we can do, and it cuts everything in half. So the biggest number would be 4, would it not be? Let's take something. 4 times 2 is 8, and 2 is the greatest number, so 4 is the greatest maximum because it doesn't take it over 10, bringing it back to 1. Because 4 times 3 is 12, and that brings it back to 1 and 2 again. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 and 1 come together as 3 because in the game of craps, you lose, you win. What side did you take? But in all reality, 1 and 2, you're losing to win that side. The game of craps, casino games, the art and science in a card game. Raphael, because the cards have been dealt, right? The shovel has been made. How can we put a card game into our life and say, hey, that was random, but it wasn't. We needed the 52 cards, and they were delivered. And I know they snapped. How do I know they snapped? Because I saw it in Rounders. I watched Rounders, and I saw the way he snapped the cards and the way the police caught him. So all this has to have with the policing system inside of us or inside the computer system to get our cards or cookies, CARDS, CARD equals 26, CARDS equals 19 plus, equals to all the cards. The spirit in the card is having all the cards, right? 26 and 19 is 45, Z and S, SZ. 1 and 9, artificial intelligence, of the B-commerce communication, of above and below. Something is frozen in hell. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I know with a little bit of time, once we get the ball rolling in our world again, if they say consciousness works, we will boil the system with overcompensating knowledge of just understanding that there is a system, that we are ranking together in the peace and honor of the relationship of each fellow person, that we can just honor. And the way to do that is actually by it's just the system is not made for it. It's mostly saying make a garden in the back of your house and stay home for a year. But we have to pay the land and the taxes. We work under their system. But if no one's going to work at all, then there's no one to collect. There's no one showing up anywhere. You have nothing. So you got to set up and say, okay, we're going to put this for 3 months or 6 months or whatever it takes. And it won't take long. And remember, there are things that are much off worse than being able to sit home for a year. But as a society, how can we get 4, 5, 600 million people to just stay home and play games and make a garden in the backyard and play games and think and write? And how can we do it? Well, I don't know. I've been doing videos for 5 straight years, 4 or 5 hours, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, writing on and off and out and into the house. Run in the garden. I don't have a garden. That's the thing. I don't have a garden. My garden grows sort of on trees. You give a little bit of labor and a tree comes in and go, look, wow, look, it's a tree. It's an envelope. They chopped down a tree and gave me an envelope. And on the envelope it said, there was an S on it. I guess that's spirit. And there was a line in it that says that one spirit has come in. I go, okay, that's great. Okay, not joking around anymore. I did want to show you a picture. I think it's in my computer right now. I'm going to go get it. Hope it doesn't take too long. I don't want you to wait. I don't want to wait either. I don't even know where it is. No, it's not here. Okay, I got it. I got it. I'm going to go in and get it. It's just a picture. Just wait 1 second. Well, you don't have to wait at all, but okay, here it is. How did it come out? Okay, it's either here. Okay, here's the picture. See the eye? The eye The incoming from two sides, you see the open C here, the closed C over here, the incoming. Okay, here's the two eyes, here's the head, here's the nose, the body. Here's the other, the replica. By doing these two, and I come out from one eye and one eye, okay, here's the bones, the separation between. We recreate another being in between these two. And from the female and the male, you see the difference between the noses? Actually, these two noses should be the same. Okay, but I made them different for some reason. I'm not sure why. But anyways, there is a reason. Yes, there is a reason. This goes this way. This goes this way. They're the same. There must be a reason, but whatever. Now, if you take a look, I've created another creature here. See the pointed hat and a flat head here and a flat head here. Three people, two people creates one. One has two imaginary friends. I'm wondering if there's another one of these. Whoa. And then I took the bottom part of the picture. See the stairs to go down? This one has no stairs, it's divided. So if you want to look at male and female, how things work with male and female wiring, this is what it shows me. And you can say, well, Mr. Tackpans, that's your own design. And I'm going, no, it's not my design. I didn't design this. This is a numerological positioning. Okay. See his suit? Do you see the suit over here? See the suit? And you have one side of an arrow. You see this angle over here? This angle goes into 6 o'clock. And this angle up here in the top corner over here is at 10:30. It's at 10:30 at night. I like to take yeah, it's 10:30 over here, and down over here it's 6 and 10:30. What does it actually do? It goes through the number 1 and goes through number 8. So when you look at this dice cube, right, and see that the one position has 8 voids, well, this design goes from 1 down into 8. 8 is split. Okay, these two should be coming together, but I'm showing you the part. It's actually 7.5, right? But it's down into here and down into the center, right over here. We have to make everything meet at the center. This is actually 1, down in the middle between 4 and 5, and over to 7. 1 and 7 on the inside of 4. See that? 4 to 5. 5 is over here. 5 is this whole area here. 5 is this whole area over here. See the area sizes? See the area sizes? So that I got that painted on the floor over there. You see the way it's painted on the floor over there? So now you have 2 more heads starting down there. Here's your V. Here's your little mouse eye. Here's your little chimney. Over here, see the crown? I didn't make this one go straight. See the crown? See the connecting arms? This goes over. That means this is behind it. Nothing is cut off. If something is cut off, it is behind it or it is part of it. In each one of the systems, see the ladders to go up. See the crisscrossing? I did it differently in each one to show you what was going on. Here, the crisscrossing automatically creates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the guardrails in this corner here and this corner here. See in this corner over here is the 2 corner. The 2 becomes the mouth. Look, 5, and then between here is the 2. Oh, the 8 becomes the mouth. And then if I put 3 levels for the eyes, unless I wanted to go this way. Let me turn that. How would I turn that? Yeah, so can we look at it this way? 1, 2, space in between, 1, 2, space in between, 1, 2, space in between, 1, 2, space. No, every time the line 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It takes 18 to create 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I move it back to the left, Okay, in order to create the 4, I needed, in order to create this picture here, and this picture here, and this picture here, I needed all of it right up to here, which is 18, in order to fit one man in between. So if you're asking me, what is 18? It's 18 across. And how many high? Well, I'd have to look on the floor exactly what it is. 18 makes up of 6 games. 6 games times 36 is 216. 216 plus 44 is area space. 216 plus 18 is interior space for the cube, cube 9 and 2, 3, 4, and 6, 7, 8, the 10 world, the perfect world, which is the crisscross star inside the cube. 216, 9 days times 24, a Mayan cycle, 9 plus 1. Why am I adding 1 again? Because I'm adding the first one that I started with. 1 and 1, 1 in this world, right? There's 2 dice. There's always 2 dice. 1. So if we add up 18, we have to say 18 plus 1. 8 is an even number. If we say 28, we say 28 plus 1. Why do we have 30 and 31 days in a month? 30 days, right? 0 in 30 days represents 6. 6 I call the polar to 1. Now, if there's 31 days in a month, 3 and 1 is 4. 3 and 1, the 1 has the spirit. The 0 does not. 0 equals 6 becomes 36 creation, where 3 and 1 becomes 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 is the 360 degrees around ABC on an angle. 1 is the eight bridesmaids. Why? 8 bridesmaids. Circling around here is 8 bridesmaids. See the 8 ladies in white surrounding 1. Turn around for number 1. 1 turns around for everybody. You turn around in your spot. You turn around in your spot, you are 8. But don't walk the line. 6 and 8 are 14. What other things? So that board I showed you is 216. I would need 24 more, okay, in order to create 240. 240 is a Mayan week, 10 days of 24 hours. Now, how else can I get out of my roulette board 240? Would I take 240 in my roulette and put it in the center? Say A, B, C, D, E, F, and stop. That's what I would do. I would not start on 1. I would start on 8, and I would end, plus the 24 in between is 32. I would end on 32. I would go 8 to 32. So I wouldn't count A to H, and then I wouldn't count 33, 34, 35, 36. So this is 8, and this is 4. That's a total of 12. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm trying to find a reality for myself, understanding why I just said that. And I said that I want to find this reality. This reality is 1/4 of the day. It's also 240 hours, which is one Mayan 10-day week in our 24-hour day. So I want to start it into 36 numbers of roulette. We need 18. So we need 18 for 1/2 of the board. 1/2 of the board plus 6 will equal to 24. 18. No, the thing about 18 is 1.5 times a ruler. 1 and 2, 12. This is 2 times a ruler. Is 24. But a yard, okay, is 36. This is 2 parts of a yard. This is 2 parts of a yard, 24. We also know 10 yards gets you a first down, and 9 first downs gets you a touchdown. The ninth first down will get you that touchdown, but whatever. 100 is total, so we get 240 hours. So if I was working by 36 numbers in a roulette board, I start at number 9 and I end at number 32. It's 932, right? Unless I want to start from 8 to 31. If I work from 8 to 31, then it does work with the number of days in a month. I do not count the first 7 days, and I do not count 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 is 5, and 7 is 12. 12 plus 24 equals 36. I would start life at 8, which would be 08. 08 becomes 68 or 14. 6 and 8, 168 days of the week, 31 days of the month. I'd start from 8 to 31. 8, 3 and 1 is 4. 8 and 4 is 1/2 of each other, half and half. If I only stop at 30 days, 30 equals 6. 6 is the polar to 1. 8 and 6 are 8 and 1, all the same thing, 168. 168 of creation, 318 is the church. 3, 1, 6, and 8. I don't need to say the 6 because 6 is the maiden. I'm the 3. 6 is the black. 6 is maiden, 6 is black. Inside of 1, 8 bridesmaids. 813, 1331, win a Big Mac in the Big H house. 3 and 8 is 24, plus 11 is 53. Saturn, Satan, ST and N, September. 8 always brings in 9. 1 and 3, inside of 3 will always be 2. You cannot go anywhere. 3 always comes with 2, 1 always comes with 2, but 1 is with 2. 4 times 2 over here because 8 doesn't come without 1. This is 4 times 2. This is 1 times 2. 4 times 2, 1 times 2. It's 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 1 and 1, 11 and 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But that's the breakdown of that 8. But it can also be broken down because 8 is only made by 5 and 3. That's 8. Or 6 is made of 8. Because 5 is made of 9. The odds, the reality, the truth of Earth. We gamble on it every day. Raphael, letting it go, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. The cube in the corner, we put another cube in this corner, and we gain all of this. A cube here and a cube here, we gain all of this. 1 and 1. The 2 cube, 1 and 1 share 2, 4, 6, 8. They share 8, no, they share 7 between them. These two share 7 between them. What is the average? 3.5, 3553, electric company. The river that passes between them connects the bridges of the two. But in between, it seems like they put the number 5, the meeting place. The number 5 is over here between 1 and 1 on the cube. The outside of this cube, here's one side of the cube, here's the other side. The two sides have been broken apart. Or these are the wings, and these wings are Nibiru, and these numbers come now. 4228, the cycle of Saturn. The cycle of Saturn, Earth, and Mars. 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 4, 4 becomes 5. We don't need 1. 1 is inside 2 and inside 4. 6 is the polar to 1, which is in everything. All you need is 42, which creates 68 or 168, the days of the week of 724, of 313 of the 7th gate. Or the 9 days of the Mayan calendar of 6 days, 3 days, 1 day, touchdown, 613 laws of Moses, 365 days a year, 248, 248, because inside of 4 is 2, and 8 is double of 4, 1 and 2 is half, A and B, where 1 and 2 is half, the polar is 56, which 4 and 1 is that 5, and 1 is the polar 2, 6, 2 and 2 is 4, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 28 cycle of the moon, 70 equals 76, and 177 to Christ. The Christ is this, it's the wreath around the totality. When you circle this out,
Watch the design. Whoop. The wings. The wings. The wings. right? Huh? Well, always the same design, eh? It's always the same thing. A checker plate here and a checker plate there. Raphael, marking my name. Thank you for watching.